So this kind of ghettoization, which is being forced on the Muslims, and then we say, they want to live like that.
We say, oh, that is the old part of town. They're all there. But the question we never ask ourselves is, how did they land in the old part of town? There's a historical prejudice which runs within all of us. And I'm saying all of us means all of us. Where we actually push them to the old part of town. So, and I think if you remember that in the book also, there is that entire chapter when they go looking for a house. Murad and his father, what happens to them. So, that aspect I brought out, and it's happening all the time. It's all the time. It's very difficult to find today even educated Muslims integrated in the rest of colonies of people or apartments or wherever you want to call it. There are societies where they said, sorry, and we've had these cases in Mumbai, everyone knows that, and it's shocking, but it's true.
How come that you are not prejudiced? Is it something in your upbringing, in your education, or what?
Well, partly because I'm a Kutch Sikh, so you can call me a minority, whatever you want to call it. I understand because in '84, not that I was affected by it, but I saw it in close quarters what was going on, and those kind of scenes can never leave you. So yes, I think I have, and I've always been brought up by secular values. We've always had this thing in our house. And my wife, she's not a Sikh, she's a Hindu. But we have told our son,
Would you have married her if she was Muslim?
Oh yes, absolutely. If she's a good-looking Muslim, I would have. Good-looking is important.
Right. So you go for the surface.
Well, as I said, beauty is both deep and skin deep, so that's okay. Why not?
Yeah. So you're saying basically you're a minority, therefore you...
Anil, I'm not a minority in the sense because I come from a family where we both had Hindus and Sikhs. These are old Punjabi families where half of the people used to be Sikhs and the other half used to be Hindus. So let me put it this way, I'm both sides, but I can understand the pain which not only a minority but any dispossessed person goes through. If you are judged not by your qualification, but you are judged by your skin tone, but you are judged by your religion, but you are judged by whichever community you come from. I believe there are communities here where you can't eat non-veg in Mumbai. That's scary, the thought to me is scary that, I could be doing anything in my apartment, how come somebody's going to come and check whether I'm eating veg or non-veg in my house? So,
by the way, on Walkeshwar Road, which is not far from here, and on Nepean Sea Road, they've been declared unofficially vegetarian zones, and there's a pizza parlor there on Walkeshwar Road, one of the very well-known ones, and they serve only vegetarian pizzas. And there was a restaurant called Tawa on Nepean Sea Road, which served keema and stuff like that. They had to shut down.
That's right.
So, vegetarians maybe, yeah, they may be very kind to animals, but they're pretty tough when it comes to...
I think my third book is going to be on urban terrorism of this kind,
So how does a TV anchor and a journalist and a man whose secret ambition is to be an actor. We have an actor right here. Maybe she'll write a book too. So, what makes you start writing?
No, writing was something which has always been there. I'll tell you something which I see a lot of young people today, and MBAs and very well qualified people, and they've actually left their jobs and started writing. And I salute to these people, because I think I should have done this long back. But I was caught in the entire process of, okay, I'm working and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, till the clarity in my life was brought by my wife Sonu, and she told me, she said, listen Juggi, if you are interested in this, it doesn't matter whether you bring X amount of money in the house, go for it. I mean, we can live without another salary, it doesn't make a difference. So I think my motivation was my wife.
Oh, wonderful.
Very lucky to have such a wife.
You know, tonight we won't fight, so she's going to be very happy.
No, but the point is that she made sure you're not worried about earning your daily bread. I mean, that's
a huge thing.
one of the reasons why people don't write. And that, of course, the whole scenario of publishing has changed. And a friend of mine whose book we launched here actually some years ago, Amish Tripathi, he's an MBA and so on, and he was working in banking. Suddenly decided to write about Shiva. You see the book all over the place. And when he wrote the book, it was rejected by every Indian publisher. But you haven't had to go through that experience. But you know, this is important.
I know. Yeah.
Because publishers also were, until now, were of a literary bent.
That's right.
And what was considered kind of high literature, only that got published. What was considered popular literature in India didn't get published. So Amish Tripathi's book was rejected by every single Indian publisher. He decided to publish it himself. And when it suddenly sold 40,000 copies in a short time,
That's right.
suddenly every publisher went and said, we want to publish your book. But that kind of example has brought a sea change.
That's right, yeah.
And did you meet any resistance to publishing this?
No, I have to confess, I was very lucky. You know, I wrote the book. I had my doubts. I'm a bit of a paranoid guy, so Sonu said, she says, relax, write a synopsis, send it to the best. I said, the best is the Penguin. She said, send it to Penguin and they'll take it. I said, how do you know? She said, I'm very confident they'll take it because it's a good book. So, you know, she works on very clear lines and she said, start thinking on clear lines, it'll happen. And it actually happened.
What would you do without your wife?
I have nothing. So, within 3 weeks, I got a yes from Penguin, which is... and now that the book has done fairly well, so the contract is for the trilogy, so going's good.
You know, this frightens me. I mean, the first time writers suddenly don't want to write just one book, they want to write 3 at a time. What is this about 3? Why not 2? Why not 4?
I have to make up for all the years now. I'm 50, for God's sake.
You know, when I read the book, I thought it was very, very cinematic.
Yeah.
It's a really thrilling story. It moves very quickly. And it could make a wonderful movie. Except that when I thought about it again, I felt that it would not get past the censors. Not just because of the violence. I mean, the violence can be handled in a stylized way, but because there's so much sympathy for the terrorist. For why he becomes a terrorist. Which then shows the terrorism of the Indian state, in a sense. That would create a problem with the censors. Have you thought of that?
I would put it honestly. I would say that I can never be sympathetic to terrorism. I want to clarify my position out here.